Today, I want to discuss about in web designing a CSS for styling. In CSS, basic type of CSS background, text, font, border, outline, margin, padding, a list, tables. In a CSS advanced concept, CSS dimension, CSS classification, CSS position, CS studio class, CSS studio elements, and CSS media types. So, what is the CSS? And when we design our website, there is a number of pages. It's as a 5 pages, 10 pages, and 20 pages there. So when we have to set the fonts, set the layout, so that time one set the property, and we have to applicable for the rest of the web pages. So that time CSS is very important. CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheets. Styles are defined how to display HTML's elements. Styles normally store in a style sheets. Styles were added in a HTML 4.0 when it's start the your HTML basic start from the 1.0, and the main CSS is added in a 4.0. Means previous what is the issue there when we design a web page, so the 10 and 20 pages there, every time you have to set the property as what type the font is required, what type the color is there. So you can specify the entire 20 pages. The website is designed 100 pages there. So what is the difficult task there? You have to set the property 1 to 100 web pages, 1 to 200 web pages there. So you can set the every set of that. But in with help of the your CSS, it is very useful. So you can set the property for the one page. It's all are applicable the rest of the web pages. External style sheet can save a lot of works. External style sheets store in a CSS file. Multiple styles defined with the cascade to one. Uh, there is a many three types of the CSS, that is external style sheets. So you all means always you have to say with a dot extension CSS. When in HTML page, when we can design your pages, we can write the code, write a program, so that time the extension is a dot HTML. When you say the property related to what font is there, what size is there, what color is there, so you can make in one of the file is a extension that CSS file, and just you have to uh, give this file externally to add it and to the your HTML file. Internal style sheets, inline style sheets. One by one, we have to see that how we can apply use external style when use internal, which is applicable for inline. So on the basis of your situation, you can apply external, internal, and inline. A multiple style cascade into one. What style will be used where there is more than one styles? Browsers default. External style sheets are included. Embed in styles inside the head tags, override in external styles. A very important point is there. So when we have to say the property of the style sheets, always you can use as a head tag. Just you have to start the HTML tag, then you can write head tags, and within a head tags you can specify all the style sheet property. You can including inline style inside the HTML, override both the embedded and external style. Styles modified with the JavaScript override and all other styles. So this is a CSS style root. Property name, just you can specify what property is there. P stand for the paragraph. There's already you're very familiar with given HTML tag. P is nothing but stand a paragraph. You want to give the description of your paragraph. So what font is the font is there? Just one time you can specify there. So the colon is always used, but background color just you can colon and then you can specify the color. Two ways specify the color. At least you have to know the your ASCII code of your color. Otherwise, just you can give the English word yellow, red, green, blue. Is all you can specify. And end of statement you can give as a semicolon. When you say the property within a curly braces, you can say the property. So then that is a declaration. So already you have to know about then what type the font is there, what type the uh, class of the CS is there, what familiar of the font is there. So sans serif, then serif, monspace, cursive, and fontaine. There is a lot of other font family, but might not be well supported. So just you can see that in upper level is called a serif, and the below these are the font that uses serif, and font does not use a serif. So this is we have to use, in this case it is not used. How we select the font family? Rule of the thumbs: don't use more than 3 dash 4 fonts any one page. Don't change the font might be sent in unless you have the good reason. Sans serif for the online, serif for the print. These are the set of rules. Sans serif is online, always is used, and when we need some print, so that time serif is used. Monspace is typewriter and the code. Script and fantasy for the accents. Sans serif fonts are basic on of your sites. For the example, Arials, Lucida, Sans, Truth, Vardhana. Vardhana's font family was actually invented in use of the web. Selecting font and continue. Use the serif font print. If you print the friendly version of your site, use the serif font. For example, Grummodes, Georgia, New York Times, New Roman, Monspace. For the bodies example, the use its provide instruction to give the example. Imply the typewritten text. For example, Courier, Courier New, Lucida Console, and Monoscope. So, in cascade style, describe appearance, layout, presentation, information on web page. HTML describe the content of the page. Describe how information is to be displayed and what being to display is very important part of that. Is how we can look like your website depend on what property you have to set in a cascade style. Can be embedded in HTML document place into a separate style. So when we have to use your cascade style sheet, so just you can set the property. One time you can set it. So before you can say the property, first important how you can look like your web page, website. So you first you can think about and then you can use it. How the property is set. There is a selector is important. Selector nothing but your heading. This heading is nothing but already you have to know about, and heading as h1 h2 h3 h4 till the s6, and this is a heading. Just you can say the property. When you say the property, the colon is important. So property colon, after that you can say the property, just you specify the values, and after that you can close with a semicolon, and when you select the curly braces, just it need to close that. Then you just in another below the example, just you can use the font family, then sans serif, just you specify the color. CSS file is consist of one and more rules. Each rule start with a selector. Selector nothing but as a paragraph, heading. Then you have to give the table properties, anchor, all things you can set as a selector. Select specify the elements and apply the properties as them, and select the asterisk select for the all element. When you can individually you can say the property is applicable, then you can write for the asterisk sign. This asterisk sign is nothing but you have to for the all the property. Property is nothing but description, font family, which font will be used, What font size, how large the letter will be drawn. Font style, use enable, disable italics style. Font weight, use enable and disable bold style. So these are the main property, and right side is the description for that. So P1 is nothing but this is an example we have to use as. So when we have to say the properties, always you can within head tags. Head tags you can specify the paragraph as a font family colon Georgia, and then you can use as a heading S2 and font family Courier new. This is a paragraph used to first style above. This is a just I have to specify as to use the second style above. Just you can use as a h2, so just you can specify the property automatically. All font will be a courier new, and enclosed with a multiple word and font name is you can specify. So multiple, you have to specify the font family. So as a font family, Garamoods, Times Roman and Serif, this is a paragraph use and above style. So this is a font is there, this is the way we can specify the multiple content of your page. We can specify multiple font from the highest to lowest priority. Sans serif font name is sans serif, cursive, font C, and moon space. If the first font is not found on the user computer, the next try. Placing the generic font name is the end of the font family value, ensure that every computer will be valid to be found. So multiple, more than you can use this at the first priority given to them. Your font, what font family is there, that font is not available. Second, the third. So whatever the you have to give in the hierarchy automatically is visualizing. So, but the priority is important. When I have to use as a cursive, then first it is found the that property of cursive is displaying all this. Is not, then go to the fantasy, and then the end of that, all things are not available. Display the monospace. So in this way, we have to do the work with an website. Another thing is there very important as a font size. Many times you can see then just you can do the in MS Word. If we give the heading as a there's just a font as a Arial, and font size is there. So you say then right side the size is there. Then just 10, 12, the even number 13, 14, 16, 17 till the 72. You have to increase the size of your font size. But a CS is completely different. When we use give the specified the size in your inside the CSS, there is a given up points, nothing but number of pixel. That is called as a PT. So pixel as a PX versus that is a there is another thing is a three different things you have to specify. The pixel is a PX for the pixel. The point is there PT, and M size nothing but you specify the EM. The 16px or 16px, and then you can specify the 1.16 em. So three way we can declare there. Worgy font size is XS small, X small, small, medium, large, X large, double X large. The smaller and larger. A percentage of font size is the 90% till the 120. So when you have to CSS, when what how the website is visualizing it properly, the font is a very important part of that. So when you design your CSS, the when you can save this file, and every time you can check that what font size is suitable for your web page. You have to given a your web page is you have to given a very small size is there, double X small. So that time that your website is not properly made. So as per the your layout of the your web pages, so what uh, Property of font size important that you can firstly analysis, then you can see the property. When a website designer people always say the property and check that is online how it's visualizing, in which comfort size is important for your font. So that time you have to specify the percentage wise, pixel wise, point wise, and size wise. uh, in paragraph user style is above as a 24 points. PT specified the number of point where the point is 1 to 72. The point is nothing but same thing is the inches on a screen. So when your resolution is 1024 into 768, this is means your horizontal plotting the pixel in a horizontal and vertical. So 1 to 74 as same in MS Word you have to know about, and 1 to 72 you can given a your font size. So inside your inches, the px stand specified the number of pixel on the screen. EM specified the number of M width. EM is equal to the font's current size. When you specify the current size, so just on the basis here, three way we can declare that. So in which comfort means in which way you can given that, you can given on a screen of pixel point, otherwise you can width, you can use your font size. Then font weight, the weight is nothing but you have to given a bold, so you have to given a font style, so you specified the italic. One paragraph you have to give the multiple way you can specify what font is required for. When in a one page pages, you have to give a number of paragraph. In that all set of the paragraph it always bold and also italic. So you have to say the property for all the paragraph. We have to say it for another paragraph. You can specify there is a div tag is there, and there is a class you can specify. So on the basis you can use the your font weight. CSS property text align. So another is important that text align nothing but you can give for the left, right, so center. So in that way you can specify where you want to font is required alignment within a element. Text decoration is a line decoration such underline, the line height, then word spacing, letter spacing, the gap between the various portion of the text. Text intent the first letter of each paragraph. Intent nothing but you specify the spacing. So what in intent is required, what spacing is required, the word spacing, letter spacing there, then the gap between the two character, how much space is there, how much word spacing is there. Word spacing, letter spacing totally different one. Later spacing nothing but two word is there, very good morning, good and morning, there is the two space in between, there is good, good, so that is called as a later spacing. So you have to increase the size of your spacing. Text intent is nothing but your font h is there means good, g is there. So what in above label, below label you can specify, that's called as intent. So your text is also you can decorate it is such as an underline. This is an example there. You can give the a sprinkle of that. Just you can what we can say that you can decorate your font. So when many side people are design online purchasing, then as Amazon where is just you can click that your product is increase the size of just text is decorated means there is a feature of your mobile, so all things are visualized and just you can select the Amazon. So this is where people design the sites. When we design your site, so it's very important that what property you can set it. So when CSS, when we design your HTML page, CSS is very important. And in these lectures we have to discuss about what font family is there, then text is there. So you see the property as what font family is there, then what font size is there. Another one is given for the your text property. That's the text align, decoration, height, spacing. So then int. So next lecture we have to discuss about how you can use all this property in example.